Hello, you are welcome to my page, my channel. My name is Ajibade. I am also known as the Ghost in HR. Having survived workplace cult attack, workplace mob attack, and eventual erasure for over 10 years, I'm still here telling my story. I created this channel so that I can have I created this channel so that I can have a place, a forum. I want to create a forum where people who are struggling with workplace cult attack, where we can come together and exchange ideas, where we can share our experiences to the mutual strengthening of every participant. That is the reason for creating this channel. So if you know that you are a victim of workplace cult attacks, or you are a victim of workplace mob attack, or you have been erased, please subscribe to my channel and let us rub minds together. Cult attacks are not just physical incidences. They are an attempt by spiritual forces to rob you of your identity and to eventually destroy you. So in other words, workplace cult attacks are spiritual warfare. A lot of people say they don't believe in spiritual warfare, this, that, but it's not true. Spiritual warfare is real, and real people like you and I can be adversely affected to the destruction of vital things in our lives. Families can be destroyed, finances can be destroyed, mental health is destroyed, and even health is destroyed. People die from spiritual warfare. So if you know you are passing through any kind of spiritual warfare, whether it's from workplace cult attack or workplace mob attack, or whether you are just passing through, being attacked by controlling spirits, manipulative spirits, please, as you are watching this video, subscribe to this channel. Let us form a forum. Let us form a community where our experiences can mutually strengthen us. Let us form a community where even people, especially Christians who are just growing, who are just coming up in Christ, they can always resort to gain experience and to understand to better understand what may be going on in their lives at any time. So it's not just about workplace cults and workplace mobs. It's about spiritual warfare. It's about deliverance. It's about emotional healing, spiritual growth. This community. I remember many years ago when I started experiencing attacks from workplace cults. I was so frantic. I was so desperate. I needed somebody who had been through what I was passing through, who could put me through. Luckily for me, I was able to find very few, one or two people. I quickly contacted them, and by God's grace, they were able to give me advice, invaluable advice that really, really helped me and pulled me through. I have mentors who taught me spiritual healing, who helped me to heal spiritually and emotionally, becoming more emotionally matured. They helped me with my self-identity. They helped me with, understanding and, helping me to have a healthy view of God and of His ways. And in this community, this knowledge will be passed down to other people, because the people we refer to as elders in those days, if you look around now, discover that we are now the elders. A lot of people are looking up to us. So the reason for this channel is to form a community of believers who are passing through spiritual warfare, who wants to be delivered from whatever it is, demonic influences that may be troubling them. For believers who have dreams that they cannot interpret, or who have dreams they don't know what to do with. Believers who have experiences about Christianity or about church that they don't know how to deal with, or they don't know how to interpret it. So that is what this community is about. Once more, my name is Ajibade, and I am a survivor of workplace calls and workplace mobs. I am also a survivor of Jezebel attack, Jezebel's controlling attacks. This morning, I really want to talk about the issue of love bombing, because this is where it all starts. Love bombing is where spiritual warfare usually starts. What do we mean by love bombing? Somebody you hardly know, people, a group that you hardly know, suddenly start showing you interest, overwhelming interest, within the first few days or the first few weeks of meeting them. Many of the members don't even know their names. If you see them on the street, you probably can't even recognize them. But they know you, they see you, they recognize you. And they are giving you all this attention. They tell you how much they love you. They give you gifts. They take you out. They invite you. They're always visiting you. But something is off. There's nothing wrong with being loved. There's nothing wrong with being pampered. But something inside of you is telling you that something is wrong with this relationship. You are not comfortable with it. You notice first and foremost that you feel overwhelmed with all the attention. You notice that you feel like you are losing your identity with all the attention. There are things you want to say, but if you say it, it's going to sound rude. There are things you would like to refuse, but if you refuse it, you are afraid that people will be hurt. Your style is being cramped. Suddenly, your privacy, which you love so much, you suddenly don't have anymore. You are not hungry, you find people rushing, running pell-mell, trying to feed you when you are not hungry. They are clothing you when you are not naked. They are offering to give you money. They are giving you gifts that you can't repay. They are showing you love that you simply cannot flow with. You cannot operate in the same energy towards them as they are operating towards you. This is love bombing. And you're not the first. You will not be the last. This is where spiritual warfare starts for most people. You want to refuse, but any sign that you show to refuse the attention you are getting instantly results in rage. Even if the rage is not overt, you can sense it just under the surface. The anger just under the surface. Another thing about love bombing, you notice that you are the only one that's getting this attention. If they are so loving, if they are so kind, why are they not, showing other people the same energy? Why are they not loving other people? Why are they not giving gifts to every other person around you? What's so special about you? Why you? So when you start having all these whispers going on in your mind, at the back of your mind, concerning the people that are showing you attention, it is a warning. It is a sign that you are being bombed with love. You are being overwhelmed with love. You ask yourself, why are they doing this? That is Next, the second logical question that you will likely ask yourself: why do they think I need this? What is the goal? What is the essence? At a time, you start feeling like something is telling you that if you are receiving all these things, normally you're supposed to have something to also give back to the group. And you feel taxed to give back to the group. You feel like you just don't have what it takes to give back to the group. You are now owing. One thing about love, true love, is that you never owe. You never owe. If it is true love, especially if it is the agape love, you are not owing. Agape love is free. But every other love, as a result of love bombing, you discover that you are owing. And to your shock, you discover that what is required to pay back is not even the material things that you got. What is required to pay back is your soul, your mental health, your identity, your relationships, your destiny, your goals in life. All those things are what you have to pay back. When you look at the group that is bumping you with love, you quickly realize that somebody is controlling the group. You will quickly be introduced to that person, and he is going to be extremely nice. He's going to be extremely carefree with his material wealth. He will tell you, eat anything you like, drink whatever you like, anything you need, just tell me. Just go there, take it, I'll pay for it. And you hardly know this person. Every day you are required, every day they are asking you and inviting you to go there, take anything you like, eat anything you like. Feel free. I'll pay for it. Quickly you understand that there is a membership, there's a group, a table, a particular table at which you are constantly being invited to eat, to sit. Others are not invited, only you. It doesn't take much for you to realize that it is an initiation. Love bombing is always an initiation into a relationship you never bargained for, into a relationship that you don't want, into a relationship that is toxic. You are not the first person, you are not the only one. Love bombing comes with a lot of flattery. Oh, you are so special. I like the way you do this. I like the other time, the way you said this, the way you said that. It's not as if we don't get compliments from people from time to time. We get compliments from people. But these people hardly ever know you. And what they are complimenting you for are rather mundane things. They are very, very little things, mediocre things. Some things that other people could have even done maybe better. Your spirit is telling you that this is nothing but flattery. One thing you have to understand about those who flatter you excessively is that flatterers are also slanderers. Slanderers. When somebody is always flattering you, just know that they are also slandering you with 70% more energy, 100%, 1000% more energy than they are flattering you. A flatterer is a capricious person. A flatterer is a captious person. Underneath the honeyed words, they have dug a pit. They fully expect that you are going to fall into it. Love bombing is an initiation. You have to pay back. Love bombing by a group is almost always led by a group leader, the main puppeteer, what you are required to pay back is your destiny. You have to sacrifice your destiny to power the destiny of that one man and his family, or whoever it is he chooses to enjoy the proceeds of your utter destruction with. You're not the first. Thinking back about it now, if you are a victim of workplace cults, you probably must have noticed this. In my own case, when I got my job, immediately I settled down at my station. Within a week or two, I had certain people inviting me out. Come, let's go out. Let's go and eat. Let's go and drink and every other thing. I didn't think initially that anything was wrong. I thought it was just going to be like a one-time thing. But then they came the following day and the third day, and every time it was like, come, let's go. Have no worries, have no cares. We have your back. We'll support you all through. They even encouraged me to do some things that normally, apart from Christianity, drink, do drugs if you like, carry as many women as you like, we'll pay, and so on and so forth. But those things were not even in my nature, even before I became a Christian. How much more when I became a Christian? I was already a Christian at the time I got my job. Come, let's go. Anything you require, we'll go. I got all this attention. Only problem was that I just couldn't relate. I couldn't relate. The discussions around the table were not my kind of discussion. I couldn't contribute much. I felt overwhelmed. I felt out of place. And I kept on wondering, why me? And I kept on wondering, there was this little nudge at the far back of my mind, like they required me to pay back with something I just couldn't put my finger on. Something was just wrong. Love bombing is always an initiation into a very toxic, dangerous relationship. We have examples in the Bible. Absalom, who had not passed through the wilderness experience, suddenly showed that he loved and cared about the Israelites more than David, who was anointed to shepherd them. We have many examples in the Bible. A prophet went somewhere in Israel to prophesy, and God told him, don't eat, don't drink in that place. Only for a senior prophet to come to him and say, hey, God told me, eat in my house. We all know how that story ended up. We have so many examples of it in the Bible. Love bombing is an attempt to seduce you into the demonic. Love bombing robs you of your discernment. Love bombing robs you of your identity. Love bombing lulls you into a false sense of security. These are my people. This is my table. But the more you relate with these people, the more you realize that their ideals are not your ideals. Unconsciously, you find yourself resisting their ideals. And that's a problem. The moment they notice that you don't worship the same person they worship, the moment they notice that you gravitate naturally towards justice,